Don't you just love falling asleep to the sound of rain on the roof? We've had a beautiful season of rain during the last few months, and there's something comforting about the sound and the smell of rain. If I'm home on a rainy day, I can just sit with a coffee and listen to the sound of rain. Then I remember that I'm the mother of a toddler, and one of two things happens. If it remains quiet, I become suspicious of said toddler and go in search of her, or the sounds in the house quickly escalate around me. I have an iPhone app where you can play the sound of rain. It also has ocean sounds and rainforest noises, other sounds of nature. It's designed to cover the noises of the suburb or city around you as you fall asleep at night. My parents live on a rural property about 5 acres outside of Charters Towers. And whenever we visit and stay overnight, one of the things I notice is the silence after the household goes to sleep. Yeah, the dog barks and the possums fight, but in the evening, the natural noises of the birds and the wind and the trees seem to have free rein. The lack of street noise, no aeroplanes flying overhead, no neighbours yelling or music blasting, no sirens wailing. Life is noisy, it's busy, it's messy, it's chaotic, it's hectic. Most of us try to fit work, study, community groups, caring for friends and family, hobbies, staying physically active, trying to eat healthy, trying to stay in contact with family from far away, church commitments, volunteering commitments, cooking, organising the household into 24 hours or a week, and then make it out the other end in one piece. Sometimes we're so busy that we stop being and we just get into doing. I'm the kind of person who always has to have a project. I dislike just sitting around discussing plans and details, and I wonder if, like me, you find yourself often rushing into action without stopping first to spend time, maybe to think on what you're doing, or time in prayer and worship, and just to wait on God. Adam Couchman, one of my lecturers during my theological studies, said whenever someone asks him a theological question, he first turns to Jesus to see if anything we know about his life or what he did can help answer the question. Now that seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? It's an old saying, what would Jesus do? So can we look to Jesus for a model of our prayer life? In Mark 1:35, we come across Jesus. He's taking time out for solitude and prayer, to rejuvenate and be still in the presence of God. Time to receive divine replenishment. Jesus takes time out to pray, and his disciples say to him, we were looking for you. Everyone is looking for you. Where were you? The disciples seem to be men of action. And there's nothing wrong with action, but sometimes we, people of action, can get off track. Our motivation is good, but we become so caught up in the busyness, often doing good things, that we put off doing what is most important. We put off taking the time to turn to God. Jesus actively sought solitude. His life shows us that in order to have action, we need to turn first to God. We read through the Gospels, stories of Jesus stopping to seek God, to seek his will, to seek his power. Without stopping and seeking God, we're working in vain. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." The Hebrew word is translated be still, but it actually means cease or desist. I don't know what you picture when you hear that phrase, but the phrase itself is about more than just being quiet or calm. It's about stopping. Stop what you're doing and be still. The psalmist is saying that it's only when we stop doing that we can experience and know God. It's only when we stop our frantic activity, stop and take a breath, look around and realize that God is at work around us, in us, and for us. Stop, be still, and know God, the God who is on your side and has your back. So quit trying to do life and ministry in your own strength and turn towards your Creator, God who loves you and wants to show you that love. Stop, be still, and rest in God. How foreign is waiting in our world? If we buy something online, we want an overnight express. We want fast food, drive-through coffee. In the last few months, our lives have changed due to the global pandemic of COVID-19. I've been fascinated to see the photos of the world stopped. The once busy streets now void of cars. Pictures of animals roaming where humans once swarmed. They seem to me like images of a world asked to press pause in the public realm. However, for us, life has still been busy, trying to work from home, communicate online, support those in need, pastorally care for others at a distance. Some of you may have had to even supervise kids learning from home on top of all the rest. Our lives have shifted from the public space to the private realm. We may have had more time at home, but how have we filled it? Waiting to return to life in the outside world. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I should say, hi, I'm Helen, and I'm a perfectionist. I like to organize my wardrobe by color and style. I like clothes and linen to be folded in a certain way. I like to organize the inside of cupboards and group books according to color. When I tidy up, it's usually a disaster. It takes me so long that my husband says to me, now don't go micro-organizing, you'll be there all day. And he's right. Micro-organizing makes me feel somehow more efficient in the end, but really I'm just wasting time. And most of the time I'm procrastinating from something else I'm supposed to do. Yes, procrastinator and a perfectionist, it's all coming out here, not a great combination. During our stay home, stay safe advice from the government, besides working between home and the office, I've tidied out the garage and refilled it, planted a veggie garden, changed the house around, painted, planted, created, cooked, watched Netflix. Sometimes in life, do you find yourself wasting time on things that just don't really matter? Chill time is absolutely important, so keep creating and keep chilling, but I want to encourage you to make sure you're taking time out just to waste with God. Waste time in God. Just sit in His presence, wait for His direction, wait for His word, just wait. Wait upon the Lord. In Psalm 37, the psalmist reminds us who is in control. We all have concerns in our life, things that we just don't know how to deal with or what action to take. How much time do we spend worrying about them? How much time do we spend running around trying to fix stuff that we can't really control? You want to know how to deal with your chaos and concern, your worry and your fears? You want to hear God's voice? Cease and desist and wait. Just wait on God. Sometimes in life we look for this elusive thing called balance. When I think about balance, I think about the scales we use in primary school science, trying to weigh each side to match exactly so it hangs in perfect balance. I wonder if you've ever tried to get your life in balance like that. Kind of want to try, but I know that it's just not possible. We don't have this control over our lives, really. And we won't ever. Life isn't about perfect balance. It's about rhythm. In the story of creation, we're given a key to how to structure our lives. The creation poem has a rhythm of its own, after all. Set aside a day. That day is time to stop and refocus. The Jewish practice of Sabbath, of a day of rest, is built into us, and we need to find a rhythm of life that allows us to take this time so that we stay in tune to our Creator. The rhythm of life is like a great symphony. It includes light and shade. It's not all just semi-quaver runs and trills. It includes silence, stillness, and solitude. Has your life become like a cacophony? Maybe it sounds like a symphony in the hands of a learner band, played out of tune and with bad timing. Is your life lacking rhythm? I want to encourage you to find rhythm in God. I want you to ask yourself a question. As we step back out into a post-COVID-19 world, does my new schedule, my life, my rhythm of being look like I want to hear the voice of God? If the answer is no, do something about it. Work out a new rhythm now. It's time to wait on God. I want to leave you with these words taken from the Message version of Matthew 11. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly.